New merch alert. On rbgcarts.com we have several new logos. Ours haven't even got here yet. You can tell because I'm wearing an old shirt. But I've came up with about 4 or 5 new logos, and they're for sale on rbgcarts.com. If you show up to our meetup on the 28th of this month with one of our shirts, old or new, you get an extra entry for the mini bike we're going to be giving away at Turkey Bay. So you're going to want to come. It's easier to give a mini bike. This is annoying. Braxton got me this wacky waving inflatable arm welding tube, man. So we have some new logos, and it's easy to give something away at a meetup, of course, like that, because you can just take it home with you instead of worried about shipping and all that stuff. So make sure to go to rbgcarts.com, look at our new logos. We got We Fab Fun, we got the Bougie logo, we have the Echo, the Repeat, and all types of stuff like that. So make sure to check them out. I really like them, and we got more stuff coming, and we're going to add those same logos to our stickers as soon as they come in. We got everything ordered. So but enough of that, let's get into today's video. So today Lonnie is coming at about 2, and we're going to film a mini bike Monday, but in the meantime he's been borrowing my 25-inch tires on his Deuce and steel wheels. Those are for the twin engine redo. We're about to completely redo the twin engine. I say about, who knows when, but we got the parts to do it. So I talked to Mod Z Golf Cart Kings, and they sent us out a set of Mod Z wheels for Lonnie's Deuce, and I bought him a set of tires for them. These are about $450 set of tires, super beefy. They are 26s, and the fronts are a hair bit skinnier than the rears. I know some people don't like that design. I personally would rather have the same size tire all the way around because you could have one spare, but this is what we got. These wheels actually match Lonnie's truck wheels, like identical. So his truck is going to match his Deuce like perfectly. I think that's going to be pretty sick. Massive shout out to Ben Pack for sending out these jacks. They are freaking handy. Aluminum is the way to go. That's real nice. There we go. Real quick upgrade. Of course, they're not adjusted or anything, but looks a lot better. Like I said, I think it's cool we're doing all square type lights on this one, like instead of mixing up round and square. Yeah.
It's too bad you can't put square tires on.
Here's those spline lug nuts we had to get. I don't like these because they scratch up immediately. I just put this in the socket and it starts scratching them up. It just bothers me, but that's what you have to use on these wheels.
A few moments later.
All right, so we've upgraded Lonnie with the new wheels and tires. Make sure to check out these mods. Wheels, you can get these on Golf Cart Kings. Links are in the description. They're sick.
They look sick.
Yeah, it completely changed this thing. The Deuces are an ugly vehicle until you make them, like, this looks sick to me.
Oh, yeah.
These wheels and tires completely changed it.
I honestly, once it's finished, don't think I want any other starting frame.
Yeah, it's very heavy built. Love the Deuces, and it's American made, baby. So what we're doing now, dang, look at that, look at that. Double dip pins? Fire player! Lonnie's bench seat is clapped out.
it's done.
It's rough.
It's lived a long, hard life.
So we had bought these Razer 1000 seats for the YZF buggy, but we decided to go one-seater. So these are perfect tiny bucket seats. These are like go-kart size bucket seats, but a big fat guy like me can fit in them. So Lonnie,
and they're perfect for someone like me.
Yeah, he don't want the red, but I have the gray version on Gravy Bones and the extra one up on the storage loft up there. Oh, thank you, patient, for your donations. So we've got these pieces cut at 14 1/4. We had to trim this one a little bit because we're setting it on here and then bumping it up to this piece of steel. So what we're going to do is tack these runners for our new Polaris seat. Then we can set our seat on and mark where the centers of the holes is and get his seats mounted. What's good about this too is the fact that this lowered his seat about probably 3 inches, and your knees was always in these steering wheels the way they put them factory. So that's going to be really nice because now we don't have to worry about that. Okay, now we can lay the seat in, mark our holes, get them drilled, and get these buckets installed. Just like that, we got the Razer seats installed, and these things are crazy comfortable.
Way better.
Yeah, so it's, and okay, so off camera, we slapped those seats in, and all we did, like we showed you those flat bar we was tacking in, we just welded those in. We are going to do some cross bracing because there is some flex in it. Of course, it's just 3/8 flat stock, so we don't want it to flex and ever bend or anything. But one thing, so we're trying to get ready for Turkey Bay, and we want Lonnie to have the most comfortable ride, even though we're going to be fully building this in the next couple months. We have him a 670 right there. A subscriber, awesome supporter, gave us a ATV. Well, he'll have a full Polaris differential with a drive shaft, so it's going to be, yeah, it's going to be super heavy duty, no chains on it.
Put in some strap belts. He asked me if I wanted harnesses or a belt, and every buggy I've been in with harnesses, it's just uncomfortable. Yeah, even though I know they're safer, I'd rather be comfortable.
I'd rather die than be comfortable.
I want to be comfortable and die than be safe and uncomfortable. So
what we did was we pulled the factory seat belts off the Diesel Deuce, bless her heart, rest in peace. And
she'll get done
one of these years. And we slapped the belts in, they just bolted right in. They're like golf cart style. So what we're going to do now is Lonnie's going to remove his headlights. That was his Christmas present, by the way. And then this is Super ATV light bar. I went ahead and mounted on there. So he's got all matching like rectangle lights, where I went with round on mine. And I'm going to keep the same theme and put round down here. We want to do all square on Lonnie's. I think rectangle
like square. Look.
I do too.
Oh gosh.
Good gosh. So what we're going to do is take this 1/8" ABS plastic, and we're going to panel in the dash area and down here, and then we can mount his battery and build some doors, so, and a dashboard. We got a little list to do.
A little bit of stuff to do, but
should be able to slam it out. So we're going to pull these lights off, get the tabs welded in to bolt this ABS, get it trimmed down and get it installed. So we got this ABS plastic. This is 1/8". Switch your hand over here. This is 1/8", and we are going to encapsulate this thing
as best we can.
As bestest as we can.
Yeah.
No, I was going to say, you got to be kidding me right now. So we're going to trim this ABS plastic, get all the metal cleaned up to add the tabs, and get this. It was nice having that in here though. It feels like an actual cabin. We're going to build some doors for this next. It's going to be pretty sick. We're going to have you a full UTV status, and then when we get back, Lonnie gets to really get the build on and do AA arm front suspension, hydraulic disc brakes, steering rack, everything.
Full back suspension.
Independent. Oh, forgot to tell you earlier, we took these shocks off of, so the Go Power Sports 150 shocks, this is a horrible geometry. Like, it's at the stiffest it possibly could be. So me and Lonnie both barely moved those shocks, and it's not the shock's fault, it's how Manco set this up. These are off of a Manco Silver Fox. These little rinky, but they work really good. Like, we
not actually travel, but at least it's soft enough.
Yeah, it doesn't bounce on his brains out. So we put those all the way around off a little Manco. The one we took to Cards and Cameras and raced, we took the shocks off of that little baby boy. So we did that off camera. So now, mark this out. Lonnie can cut it with a jigsaw and cut it straight. It's real close. We'll have to
slide it from underneath. Or?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and mark. I'm just curious. It's definitely gonna have some width. I was trying to mark it under there, you know, but it's almost impossible. Let's do that so we can bend them. So we're trying to get all these tabs laid in here, you know, without melting our plastic. That looks to be pretty good. We can knock them down a hair.
So they're definitely going to need some adjustment.
Yeah, some tweaks. But I tacked them on the side so we could bend them out. All right, moment of truth. Sure. We can do those under or over, it don't really matter. Dang. That's real nice, Clark. So when we was doing the Talon build, we got these mirrors from Super ATV, and I didn't like the look of them on my Talon because they look like a truck mirror, but me and Lonnie held them up on his Deuce and they look awesome. So I'm welding, made some tabs for them out of some flat stock, and now we're tacking these into place and we'll pull them all apart and weld them fully. And there we go. I think it's all looking pretty sick. They do look like a little bit of ears. It makes it look like a fish with the headlights. But he'll at least be able to see behind him at Turkey Bay. I'm finishing up the lower panels for him, and then his front end will be encased. We're going to encase the sides in ABS when we get back and start making fenders. But we got to do the full A-arm swap like we did on this diesel Deuce, and we are getting back to this, I promise you guys. We just trying to get Lonnie rolling because I have enough vehicles. Let's get him going and then we'll get back to other projects. So yeah, so there we go.
What do you say?
So we've done a lot off camera on Lonnie's Deuce. Becca's doing a lot of laundry off camera, and
on camera now.
No, on camera, off camera. New merch, baby, fresh out of wash. You just made them.
It comes pre-wrinkled.
It does. So anyways, we put these mirrors from Super ATV on Lonnie's Deuce. These are for my Talon. I thought they looked too utility instead of sporty, so we mounted them on this, and it looks really nice. Yeah, it's everything's like the paneling I think looks really good. It looks weird without fenders, but it'll look awesome when we get back from Turkey Bay. Right now we're just getting essentials done. So Lonnie, all by him lonesome, put a dash in his buggy. So we got a key switch on the right hand side, and then this rectangle is for that plate down there that holds triple switches. So he'll have headlights, the light bar, and then something else later. So he's going to do some welding this piece of sheet metal to, he basically took a piece of 1/2 inch rod stock, bent it at a 45 on each side in the press, in the brake, and there we go. Yeah!
And actually it's not on each side like he did on his Deuce. It goes all the way across.
Yeah, like I buttoned it. Dang, Becca doing laundry good over there. Okay, we did that dash on mine and left the center open, which I'm going to encapsulate the center later, but I wish I did it like this, honestly.
I think it looks good.
Yeah, so there's a Cockpit Shot, and I got his battery mounted up. This is just temporary. We're just trying to get, they already have these welded on, so I just welded some pieces. That mug is on there. So we got to do the wiring also. So Lonnie's going to try his hand at Mig Welding. He's Mig Welding before.
I've done it before.
You sure you want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. And then we can get his switches put in and start wiring the thing.
If it don't look good, you can always grind it.
You can grind it till you find it, baby. Remember, this is thin metal, so you want to take your time. Mm-hmm. If you want, you can
we're not fully welding it. We're doing like
1 inch, yeah.
Little.
So okay, just hammer down, baby.
A little bit more.
No, I think that's good.
There's a little gap in the middle where I went too fast. It's like not staying, you know what I mean?
What?
It's kicking in and out.
What is?
The ground. Did you hear it?
Oh no, I didn't.
It was like. There you go.
There we go.
And then do this side next.
Yeah. mark it. And then... All right, so we're on this deuce, and this has the Comex differential, which is an Italian differential, and it's the weaker of the models. They had a deuce or a Dana, and then this one. So there's a feel on the bottom, which is a 17 mil. It's not going to focus. And then on the driver's side, beside the axle, there's a 13 that is your fill hole. But Scott the Deuce Man says to fill it up 50% more. Like once it starts pouring out of the hole, put 50% more in it because it's kind of low where it's at. Lonnie's going to break this loose. I'm real interested to see how bad this oil is. He's going to take the feel out first. I'm just getting it all serviced up. And we do have to jet up his carb. We drilled the jet out. We need to go up one more size because it is running a hair bit lean right now. And I'm working on his wiring, putting all of his wiring stuff in, trying to get everything buttoned up for Turkey Bay, because when this pulls out, I don't want to pull it back in. I want it to be done. So it was over full from factory. It's pouring out, if you can see it. And so far,
not too bad.
It don't look bad. There we go, let's see it.
There's some stuff in that one.
Yeah.
There's some gray in there.
Yeah, that looks a little rough. We should have ran a coffee filter through it or something to see if we could see where it hit my hand.
There's metal.
Right.
For sure.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was expecting that because reverse has been grinding since we got it. All right, time to check it out. You can definitely see that gray color is metal, but it's not, crazy. It doesn't matter. We're pulling all this off when we get back from Turkey Bay. So Lonnie's going to put the drain bolt back in, but don't put the fill back in. And on these Comexes, you fill it. Okay, right there is a plastic fill. Like I said, we're going to fill it until it drains out that plug. We're going to put the plug back in and then check how much we used and put 50% more in it. We also have been wiring this thing. Got a few power wires to hook up. We did an ammo can that you seen him cutting earlier. Put a waterproof fuse box and relay box. Everything's super nice. Got all kinds of fancy pants connections. And then this runs up to the front. Of course, it's controlled by switches. And we also have a mini fuse box under the dash. So we're getting all this done, and it'll be really close. I think that unthreads out, by the way. So for the most part, Lonnie's deuce is done and ready for Turkey Bay. So when we get back, we're doing the whole 4-wheel drive build on it and doing independent suspension. But for now, this is what it's going to be. Like I said, we did the ABS paneling, headlights, light bar. We did the mirrors, put those Razer seats in it. I went ahead and put a quick release and a Go Power Sports 150 style steering wheel. They're one of my favorites. They're actually super heavy duty steering wheels for the price point. We are waiting on a couple of switches to come in the mail, and we've added a tack to it with his key switch. So he'll have headlights and light bar on a separate switch. Then under here, I added a mini fuse box that is, of course, key switch powered, and that's for accessories up front. On the rear, we added a side post battery that I had laying around. Lonnie cut, and we put this fuse box and relay box in top of the ammo can. So now we can open it, access any of our wires. We have a fuse block down there and another relay. So I'll go over how I wired this on a separate video, but it all looks super sweet, and we got all of his electric start hooked up. We jetted up the carb just a hair bit because it was a little lean, and we also did that diff change. I think before Turkey Bay, we are going to add some doors just because these massive openings are kind of dangerous, of course. So we're going to make some real simple doors. I already made some makeshift hinges out of some rod stock, 3/4 inch rod stock, drilled a hole through it, made 3 different pieces, welded on these pieces of angle to stand it off of the frame, and we'll build his doors out of 1 1/4 tubing. So those will be next. But yeah. Let me know what you think about Lonnie's deuce. Wheels look awesome. Make sure to check out Golf Cart Kings. Awesome that they hooked us up with those wheels for Lonnie. And Lonnie is going to go with red once we get this all finished. And I know it might not look like the coolest buggy in the world because it does really need fenders. That'll add some look to it. tree kickers and stuff like that. We just don't have enough time because I got to get truck serviced and bus service and everything ready for this trip. So guys, I hope to see you out at Turkey Bay. It's going to be an awesome trip. The place is one of the best places I've ever rode. You can ride about everything in a full day there, and it's really mild. You can have a mini bike, you can have, you know, an off-road buggy. It doesn't really matter. You can go about anywheres there. So super pumped for you guys to come. We are giving away the Little Rascal mini bike that we put the 79cc on, the full Go Power Sports kit. And so hopefully one of you guys, well, I know one of you guys will win it. If you show up wearing any of our merch, you get an extra entry. You get an entry just for being there. You don't have to pay anything to enter, but if you do want to buy more entries, we always offer that. It's $10 an entry. You can buy as many as you want and get, you know, bigger chance at winning the mini bike. And we have no clue how many people are going to be there. That's the risk you take with going to a different off-road courses. You don't know how far it is away from everybody. It's almost 5 hours of a drive for us. So we hope to see you out there. It's going to be a blast. You can hang out by the fire if you don't have nothing to ride, because you can't ride after dark. So after dark, we'll be hanging out by the fire. So we'd love to see you there, and we hope to see you there. Make sure to check out all the links in the video description where you can find any of this stuff we use on this deuce. And we thank you guys for watching and supporting us. We love you, and God bless.